Can we talk about Caddy breaking Evie's ankles there? That was great. That was so good. Guri has been styling this series, pulling out play after play, especially here on the Viego. 5-1 and 5 goes down for the team because unfortunately the tower is just too beefy, and you look at it, looking for the commitment. They find the opening marble, isolated, bullet time. It's just everything that you could have wanted. It just whittles away at that health bar. Marble can't hang around. And it looked for a moment like Viking's going to back off, but then SHG for some reason think that with Evie there, they can commit to this fight. Courage gets caught. They dunk on that big beefy tank that you want in the front line. They look to start mopping it up. Kratos comes in, finds himself in a position where he's overextended, gets SHG to a point where they feel overconfident. They want to start figuring this out and finishing what they can of Vikings, but they get caught. It looked like everything could have lined up for SHG, and here it happens. Caddy, boom, gets the slow, jumps one way, fakes the other, jumps again. Poor Evie. Someone get that man a leg brace because his ankles are well broken.
Yeah, I will say I'm a little sad. Neither in the game nor in the replay did we... Actually, Guru would have lived there, by the way. So how Viego interacts with Yone, if you're in the soul and you press alt, you will immediately go back to where the soul was, but he didn't, and he stayed on the tower because he went for the transform. If he didn't go for the transform, he would have immediately gone back to the soul, and I believe he would have lived. But either way, still a team fight win. We didn't really see what happened in the team fight because we did just watch Katie break
ankles.
Evie's ankles both times, but still, Dragon Wild's claimed at the end of it, and it is still just Viking.
Evie was so confident. You can see that this is the freest kill in my career, and then no, just not at all.
Yeah, and unfortunately that's the way she goes sometimes. Vikings looking so good here. 6k gold advantage. Arakan spawning in the very near future.
For a good 30 seconds, SHG has just been baiting this top lane, and Caddy is just not falling for it. Siulong's going to come in. Does he play his life here? Yeah, okay, so Siulong's playing his life to get that information for Caddy. Grand entrance away. Yeah, the battle trance is almost there, but the CC stun, yeah, the stun layering means... I mean, look, that was a long commitment for just a support kill, and Vikings did read that. They knew full well that there was something going on. That's why Siulong went in alone.
Yeah, and why Caddy honestly stayed very far away from it. Ultimately, yeah, okay, SoftBank, they pick up the Rakan kill. What was it worth? We'll have a look. A lot of damage coming back here onto Fade. A nice trade for both of the mid laners, but ultimately it is going to be Cuddy winning that one.
Rift Herald, obviously, the next priority for both teams. They are posturing again. That's top side. Once again, top laners down in the bottom lane. Kratos and Evie going to be going at it. Hammer and tongs, just sort of trying to manhandle each other, and then teleports come in and the fight happens ultimately. It is going to be a bit of a wet noodle fight. I don't really see kill pressure for either of them down in that bot lane.
Okay, choice to just go over the Rift Herald. I don't hate it. I don't think they're in any position to be contesting that objective, but Fade trying to find his way onto Siulong again. And with a quick turnaround from Guru there, we'll be able to assist and ultimately take more of Fate's health than he took off Siulong's.
You know it's a bad time when your only option is to bully the support. Yeah. It's clearly not a great time for SHG at the moment. With Arakan up on the top side as well, Vikings already being positioned there. Kratos has sent himself back down to the bottom lane, has teleport up and available. So, I mean, teleports are up for everyone bar Fate. So long as he sticks around this top side, he can have great effect.
Yeah, he did just teleport up here, so should be okay to stay there. 4 people from both sides up in this top side. Keep an eye on Caddy. He can be the engage for the team with that between worlds, and not going to be gank finds his way in. A lot of damage coming in, but Siulong with the peel.
Oh, wow.
Gets his way out. Fantastic peel coming through from this Rakan. It's going to be Shogun who does manage to live, and here comes Caddy. The between worlds is good, but Marvel's able to just get out of it. Gang will be going down. They're going to have to at least commit him, and Courage does get slowed up. Not going to be enough. Fate trying to find some way in, and it's not going to be enough for him. Arakan going to be started up, but you know, meanwhile, Evie is trying to march down this top wave. Richard as well being used, but not close enough to the tower to find that charge. Eventually Siulong gonna, so I'll get it done myself, goes on in. That's not a repeat of yesterday's game number 3 between the Chiefs and DFM, as he is able to get on out of there. Arakan will be claimed. Believe it is the Voracious once again. Yeah, there it is.
Tier 2, well, I mean, that's a great read by Evie. Yeah, he sent over to that tier 1 mid lane, said, look, maybe, just maybe, they're going to be hanging around too long. I can get this tier 2, so he's going to do just that. But Caddy on the hunt. doesn't overcommit. I think that was a brilliant answer from SHG given the situation. And you look at it, this is why the Rakan was picked. It is that bailout, grand entrance quickness in, catches all three, allows Shogun to get out, and by that time the rest of Vikings have showed up, so SHG just didn't want to borrow it.
Yeah, and you're seeing just how fast this Alistar does go down without ultimate available to himself. But still, as you said, I think Evie did the best he could in that situation. Ultimately doesn't matter, probably not. There's going to be this voracious Arakan for the fight here. If him, Vikings do choose to go for the Dragon Soul. It does make sense, it's not going to be up for the Baron. Fate will be able to almost secure the tower, and even if they do find something here, is Keddy just going to sidestep? Yep, that's the tower going down, but Sejuani losing ult in 27 seconds on this Dragon means Dragon Soul is all but confirmed for the side of Vikings.
Yeah, especially with that mid lane being shoved in as well. If Guri can potentially find a catch, I think that would be foolish given the collapse coming down from Evie. That follow-up could have been devastating. And Kratos, again, just doing Udyr things. Down on the bot side, looking to threaten that inner tower. Just keep shoving those waves in, draws attention away from... It's really just smoke and mirrors from Vikings. They're just drawing attention to one side of the map when in reality they are focused on something else entirely.
Yeah, absolutely. Dragon now started up. No one in the vicinity for the side of SoftBank. They are slowly trying to creep through the jungle, but knowing they have no vision, they have no way to get there. It is going to be that Dragon Soul now. 23 minutes in, picked up for Vikings. A very, very strong buff to have acquired this close to the Baron. Now, the other card buff should be disappearing soon. No withdrawals come out, and I believe, Vikings realizing this are just going to full commit to the bot side. Bit of damage on the gang, but he should be completely fine to get out by himself. Blasco helping just that little bit. Xena does go down the bottom.
Yeah, and this map is looking a lot darker than it did not that long ago for SHGs. They're looking for this fight in mid lane.
Yeah, have to look at how long is left on the Voracious. They're going to find their way in. It's at least gang that's going to be taken out completely through that ultimate that Alistar does provide. The reset is going to be there, so Guri will be able to get himself out, as I believe Voracious now will be timing out. 1 minute, however, on the Baron buff. If Vikings able to control the map this much and continue to on like this, it should just be their objective.
That's a rough spot to be in. So you're 24 minutes in, you have 47 stacks on your Heartsteel as Sejuani. You haven't been able to close that gap. You haven't been able to bonk anyone with that big flail. Unfortunately, the Soviet Bear is not able to get the satisfaction that it's yearning for. Yeah, look, this has been a rough game. It's every time SHG has tried to play off the front foot and make something happen, Vikings have been just one step ahead and just completely broke. Much like Caddy did there, broken their ankles, just gone a completely different direction with it.
Absolutely. Now, Seeker's Arm Guard and the inventory of Caddy just made him that much harder to kill, and the armor pen for Dominix does provide for Shogun, make him hit like an absolute truck now. He finds a good bullet time, which he's been able to consistently do throughout this game. Baron on the cards, 5 seconds away. Vision control should firmly be in favor of Vikings the second they want to look to claim it. SoftBank, though, they are trying to find an angle here. They see both the Viego, Guri's Viego, as well as Shogun playing on this top side of the river.
Teleports up across the board, so at a moment's notice we could see things kick off, but Kratos going to be pushing in that top side wave, start to create an opening for the team, but Fate is looking to try and match him here. I don't know if that goes all that well. I don't think there's really that much kill pressure on Kratos right now, because it's an Udyr. Yeah. They are notoriously hard to kill, and he's going to provide an opening for that inner tower to go down, which should open the floodgates for Vikings to either set up a bait and collapse back onto SHG once the Baron started up, or just outright finish it.
Yep, starting it up now. Evie still making work in his bot lane. That's another objective bounty claim for him as he's continuing on forward. Teleport is available for him if he's able to find a good place to go in, but Sealong has it. Sealong has absolutely one-shot courage. Next on the agenda should just be gang, but still Fate and Marvel, the rest of SoftBank trying to do something to Kratos, but nothing is being done. There's 3 still alive for the side of SoftBank, but 2 dead means that Vikings should feel 100% confident to just take this objective.
Yeah. That tribe rush. Oh, Evie's going in.
Evie finds a nice counter strike with the flash away from Kenny. Does get him out of harm's way. Fate trying to find anything at all, but nothing to be It's just going to be this Baron eventually. Evie and Faye trying to do what they can. These solo laners of SoftBank, yes, they do the damage, but Cardi is too quick on the trigger. Gets himself out, gets himself a Baron buff, and gets himself an almost certain game number 2 and series win.
I mean, no one checked the try brush. Xialong was there, straight in onto 3 members with the quickness grand entrance combo. And with that, they find 2. Vikings, that's all they needed to start that Baron up. And SHG did valiantly try and make a re-engage happen over towards Baron, but they just couldn't. It was brilliant. Yeah, I mean, Xialong's right there in the thick of it. Finds the opening. Courage just explodes. Follows it up, zoning out Marvel. They look to get the second on the gang. Takes a little bit longer than they would have liked. And Kratos, again, it's about shifting that priority for SHG. And they shift the targeting priority away from their carries into these big, beefy frontliners, which is exactly what they want.
Absolutely. So another 2 minutes of Baron. What can they get done with it? That's the important thing. And that's kind of what shows you the difference between a great team and a good team, right? Is you get the Baron, like you're in such a commanding position, now close it out. Because from this position, the gold lead they have, they should be able to end the game here, I feel. It's not like the opposing sides, the side of SoftBank have that much wave clear. It's a bunch of tanks, a bunch of melee champs, and then just a Corki. So we're seeing it here, they are trying to get their way through onto this inner tower on the top side, but still not being that competitive. The bullet time comes through, is going to find a bit of damage, but ultimately not that much. I think you're taking that as a big win for the side of SoftBank, as they do still maintain this tower up and available for them, but Fate has to be careful. Kratos might just find the 1v1 kill. Doesn't look like it for now. In fact, knocked up and Fate sealed, and he's going to be going down. I think the shielding's there. Does survive. Other side of the map, the main screen. Between Worlds is committed. Still no one going down. SoftBank, they're doing a pretty good job at denying any true movement towards ending this game. A lot of key cooldowns down. Looking at the bot lane again, there's another fight, and somehow Kratos is living. Gang flashes in on the top side. Shogun able to flash on out of there. Very low is this Alistair, but no damage to follow through. They do eventually get one. It's a reset for Guri. He gets the Yoda, he gets the double kill. He's going to get the transform, and there's another double kill. There's double kills all around the rift. Shogun is going to pick himself up one. Guri transforming into everyone. That should just spell the end of this game. Evie shouldn't have anything to say about it.
Yeah, you can't leave the doors open, otherwise Vikings get a storm on in, start going through your pantry, start going through your fridge, and they're going to take everything they possibly can. Vikings have controlled the pace of this series, start to finish at 2-0. Brilliant stuff out of the Vikings.
Yeah, absolutely. 2-0. That now leads them to 2-1 in terms of series score over the split. Their only loss did go to 2-1. I think this team is truly proving that they are true contenders for going to possibly represent us in the international here in just a few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's an overwhelming dominant performance. Right now, what we're seeing from Vikings is a slow burn team. They play the comp, they play to the win condition, they ramp it up, they don't do anything too ambitious, too keen, they don't risk throwing away opportunities. They are playing these mid to late comms that absolutely steamroll once they get online, and they just do not give an inch.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is very important that they're doing that though, right? Like it's better to, okay, we're not exactly sure how to immediately just blow this game open like some other teams maybe, but they're also not throwing the lead within the time that is maybe having the game extended. And I think that's a very important factor. You know, there's always been teams in competitive league, even at the very top levels, where you would possibly argue that they should be able to end the game quicker. But as long as they're not throwing the game in the times that, you know, they could possibly have ended it, I think that's an important thing, and that's a good starting point. You know, we're in week 2. Yeah. There's a lot of time to grow throughout this year. When you're looking this good this early on, that's a good sign for the rest of the year.
I mean, yeah, as a team, Vikings have been a phenomenal tempo team. They've just, like I said, slow burn team. They play those conditions. They don't get too keen. They don't get over eager. They don't even get baited into some of these fights. I mean, we saw it at the top lane. You had 3 members of SHG waiting in the top side brush. Vikings say, hold on, there's something not quite right here. They do sack the Rakan, but to be fair, I think that's the right call of the situation, given it's the Aurora or the Rakan. The Rakan goes in. They actually nearly got him out. The Battletrons nearly connected onto Caddy there, but the CC followed up. So the understanding that Vikings are showing in this competition is massively impressive. This is a team, like you said, that could potentially go on to represent us internationally. This is a team that really could be one of the top contenders, not just here, but they could really strike out at the rest of the world.
Yep, absolutely. I wholeheartedly believe that. Looking at the stats here, I honestly who do you think was MVP? Because the stats look really good for Cardi. He played really well. But I would also say Guri played extremely well. And I also think Shogun and Sealong played very well. And the reason, I almost want to give it to Shogun. And the reason is, the original triple kill that Guri got was because Shogun was so patient with his summoners in the 3v2 that was occurring before Guri got there, that he was able to sort of bait them in as far as he did. You know, if he immediately just flashes out, they're like, okay, got his flash, turn around, nothing happens. But he played to the absolute limit of where he possibly could have. Guri got there in time, and that's kind of how the game fell on its head.
Well, I mean, it's the thing. So you look at this Vikings roster, there's no real one standout that blows out the game every single time. Players on this team look good because the rest of the team help make them look good. It is a team effort at the end of the day. Just because Guri